ways include wisdom and compassion. We need compassion, and we also need wisdom. So when you say hello, this wisdom, this compassion come together. So we respect people. Wisdom, compassion come together. This is the true wealth, the true career of a Buddhist, a Bodhisattva or a Buddha. The true profession, the true wealth, the true career of a Buddha. Wisdom and compassion. Some may say that, yes, we need wisdom, but I live alone. I don't care about, I just care for myself. I don't need compassion. It's wrong. Because when we were born, we are very weak. We cannot walk alone. We cannot eat ourselves. You cannot feed ourselves. We need the help from the nurse, the parents, teacher, how to eat, how to walk. That's why we need the compassion. And someday, when we get old, again, one more time, we cannot walk alone. We cannot eat alone. We need somebody help us to feed us. To go to the restroom, to go to bed, or even to go outside. So human life actually needs compassion. Without compassion, our life becomes health. So sometimes some people, they are very rich. For example, if you are very rich, millionaire, but when you see all people you see in your life, they hate you, how can you have happiness? So even how we don't care how rich you are, but every single person needs a smile from others to relax, to enjoy, to be happy. So the smiles is manifestation of loving kindness and compassion. That's why in Buddhism we have the 4 immeasurable qualities: loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So if you practice the 4 immeasurable qualities, the Buddha said that when you die, you automatically go to the heaven. You don't have to follow anything. Just practice loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So I believe you understand it easily because, like I said from the beginning, even though we come from different tradition, different philosophy, but of course we practice the same thing: loving kindness, compassion, sympathy, and equanimity. Equanimity means non-attachment. Don't try to hold something in your hand. Release, let it go. Let the ego go. Let the hatred, greed, it will go. So when you let go, you make your mind become empty. And from the empty mind, you can perceive the beauty. Again, if I want to enjoy the beauty of this flower, the first thing I have to do, I have to stop thinking. Look at it. So we need the empty mind in order to perceive the real beauty of the flower. If your mind were dominated by hatred or anger, you don't have a chance to perceive the beauty. So this is the way we call a mental purification. And the Buddha said that non-attachment is true happiness. Non-attachment. So in Buddhism we call it upekkha or equanimity. And the Dharma the truth of enlightenment, the ultimate truth, ultimate reality. So ultimate reality means God. In Buddhism, we believe that God in Christian, like the ultimate reality. We cannot explain. How is it? You will rest there when you finish your practice. Like you cannot explain what is enlightenment when we live in ignorance. As a human, we cannot know what's in the heaven. We imagine, we think about it, we listen to the story, but we don't have a chance, not yet have a chance to enjoy the heaven. So the same, like the ultimate truth, when you get fully enlightened, become fully enlightened person, you will realize what is the ultimate truth. Otherwise, we just go around. We don't really understand the truth. Like when I have a coffee, I cannot explain to you. I can tell you what it smells, what it looks like, and how is it. But if you don't taste, drink the coffee, you never know the true taste of the coffee. You, every single person, have to drink a cup of coffee. Otherwise, we never know the true taste. Even though you can imagine how it's, but it is just imagination, not the real enlightenment. And Sangha, in the philosophy, this is not the community no more. Even you live alone, you still have a Sangha nature. This means the essence of harmony, awareness, and purity whenever you are. Even you live alone, you harmonize yourself with the nature. When you go to a different house, a different country, they don't eat the Burger King or McDonald's, but they eat soup, Vietnamese soup or Thai soup, for example. You still sit down and enjoy the soup of different country. This is Sangha. The essence to adapt, the ability to adapt the environment, to live in harmony with wherever you are. This is the essence of Sangha. You don't see any difficulty. You see different, but you don't see any difficulty to accept a life you encounter with. This is the Sangha. Of course, this is from a philosophical meanings, but from a historical meaning, Sangha means monks and nuns live together. But in the philosophy, Sangha means the essence of harmony. And now play slide 8, please. And like I said, the teaching of Buddhism focus on first ethics, and then meditation, and final wisdom. Like explained in the Eightfold Path. And now, what is the basic ethics, Buddhist ethics? We got the 5 precepts. It's almost like the 10 commandments in Christian. First, not to kill. Here, to kill human being. And then you develop your compassion, not to kill animal around you. And even not to kill a mosquito. So when you practice Buddhism, if a mosquito bite you and you do like this, it means you have to remember you commit some mistake. Of course, how can we can do like that? But even a higher level, like a Buddha, I believe, I am not yet a Buddha, but he said, I never kill. even animal in our life. That's why in Buddhism we got a tradition. In the rainy season, all monks and nuns have to come together, stay inside the temple or the monastery, don't go out, because many animal insects from the west were born appear in the west square. So in the rainy season, monks and nuns have to stay inside the house. This is the way we practice compassion. It's difficult, but basically not to kill human being, not to steal what's not given, not to involve in any kind of sexual immorality, not to lie in order to harm yourself or to harm others. Sometimes we lie for fun, it's okay. Like you are hungry, you go to your friend's house, and your friend invite you to eat, but you don't like to eat. You want to go home and eat. You said, "Yo, I'm full. This is a lie, but with no purpose, with no intention to harm yourself or harm your others. But if you lie every day, it will become a karma. See? Like when you don't have money, but you also, I have a big car, I have a lot of money. And if we lie all the time, when we really need money, we want to borrow some money, your friend will say, no, you have a lot of money. So we create a bad karma, even though we lie for fun, but try to limit. Try and limit. But in this case, in ethical problem, lie means with the intention to harm yourself or harm other people, not to lie in this case. And final, not to abuse intoxicant, to abuse drug, alcohol. So depend on the culture. When you go to wedding party, you can have a beer or wine. Socially, it's okay, but not to abuse, because the intoxicant weakens the mind. You will lose your wisdom when you take too much intoxicant. So this is the 5 precepts. Buddhist monk, nuns, and lay person also practice the 5 precepts. Again, not to kill, not to steal, not to involve in any kind of sexual immorality, not to lie, and not to abuse intoxicant. They are the 5 precepts. And now the last slide, please. No. So you feel released now. After this slide, we will say congratulations to your graduation, Buddhist graduation. So again, the Four Noble Truths. I have a book, Buddhism 101. Today, please deliver to everyone. This is my free gift to you. So whatever I says today, in the book I also write about Buddhism basic teaching. Buddhism 101. Everybody. Spanish? Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Before I explain to you the last slide, I might have a chance to invite you to visit us our monastery, White Sands Buddhist Center in Mims. It's about 1 hour from here. And every Every year we got 4 retreat, 1-day retreat for English speaker and meditation retreats. And if you have a chance to visit us, because also I have the CD, the core of happiness. This is not about religion. This is just about how to live happy in Buddhist view. So if you have time, you put in your car and you can listen to the CD, the core of happiness. This is a free gift, so if you need more, you just raise your hands and I will deliver to you.
You can come back next month.
Yes. Actually, every Saturday we have a meditation class from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And after 6 p.m. we have a free dinner. So, again. So for the last slide, this is just suggestion. If you have time, please study deeper the teaching of the Four Noble Truths, dependent origination, non-self, and nirvana. This is the 4 most important doctrine in Buddhism, the philosophy of Buddhism. It's very important.